Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our first guest today with us is Fish Stick. We did not name this cat. This was a cat that was surrendered to us in pretty sad circumstances. The owner is in a hospice type care situation and can no longer care for himself, much less the cat. So the family members surrendered these two cats to us, or the first one you're seeing here. The first one here is Fish Stick. The next one's going to be Fuzzy Wuzzy. He had a little fun thing about him when he named these kitties, I guess. But Fish Stick here is just really enjoying and headbutting my hand here to get some petting. If you can see there on the camera, but he's a little on the cross-eyed side there. But he's about 5 years old. He is a neutered male. They're a little bit on the heavy side, and they could probably go on a bit of a diet. I know, who am I to speak? But Fish Stick here is a sweet kitty. A little bit scared here in the shelter environment, although you can't tell by the way he's responding right now. He's just really enjoying and loving this petting here and scrubbing on the head, and but definitely a sweet cat that needs a good forever home, because he lost everything that he knew. So if we can get these guys into a good home, we're not requiring that they're adopted together. The owner said that they get along perfectly fine, but they're not really bonded with each other. So we would love to adopt them out together. Since they've lived together, then they can be there in the same house with each other for the rest of their life. Hopefully it'll be a forever adoption. But if that doesn't work out, then we can also adopt them out separately too if someone's only interested in one of them. So again, this one here is Fish Stick, about 5 years old, neutered male. He is completely current on all vaccinations. So he's got a rabies vaccination, he has a microchip, feline distemper vaccination. Of course, want to stress how important it is to get these guys to the vet for an annual exam every year. Make sure they're getting current vaccinations, and the vet's taking a look at them to make sure that they're healthy and thriving and doing everything they can to make sure that they're going to live just as long as they can. So if you are interested here in Fish Stick, come on down here to the Ames Animal Shelter. And we'd love to show him to you, and maybe you can take a look at Fuzzy Wuzzy as well. And our next guest today was Fuzzy Wuzzy that I mentioned with the last cat with Fish Stick. So this is the other one that came in from the owner surrender, where the gentleman was no longer able to care for himself or his kitties. Fuzzy Wuzzy is definitely scared. Just kind of shy in this room. There's lots of lights and cameras and things going on that she's just not sure about. She is a spayed female. She's also about 5 years old. We don't know for sure, but she could actually be the sibling to Fish Stick. Again, they don't have to be adopted together, but we would sure love to have them go to the same home since they've lived together for so many years. It would be nice if they, had each other there. Even if they're not very strongly bonded, at least they would know each other and be aware of each other's scent. So beautiful white kitty here. It's got a little bit of gray markings in here. I'm not sure you can see that as well. And here on the face, you can see if Fuzzy Wuzzy wants to show the face there. Oh, I know, it's scary. But just a very sweet cat here. Obviously very scared. Again, their entire world is just turned upside down when they're brought into the animal shelter. We do everything we can to try to keep them comfortable here in our environment, but the reality is, coming from a home environment where they have complete run of the house to living in a little metal box is not easy for them. So it really breaks our hearts to see these cats that for no reason, no fault of their own, again, their life is turned upside down, and now they're here looking for a forever home. So of course no one can predict what's going to happen in the future for their own medical needs, but we want to make sure that someone's able to make a lifetime commitment for these guys, and at least as much as possible, and can give them that safe environment where they're going to be indoors, be safe from predators, be safe from cars, be safe from our extreme heat and cold weather that we have here in Iowa. I didn't mention on the last segment that both of these cats are front declawed. So they were declawed when they came into us, and unfortunately that was done before it happened when they got here. But if you're looking for a declawed cat, these two are probably pretty good examples. Some declawed cats, of course, tend to be a little bit more mouthy and bite. Neither one of these two have shown any of that behavior here, but they are declawed in the front. We want to make sure they keep those back claws wherever they go. So if you're looking for a declawed cat, and hopefully you're looking for a bonded pair, come on down and meet Fuzzy Wuzzy, this one here, or Fish Stick, the last cat that you just saw here at the Ames Animal Shelter. And our next guest with us today is Harry. Harry is a big Tom kitty. You can tell by his big jowls here. He was neutered later in life. The unfortunate sad story with Harry is that Harry is FIV positive. But we know now from the latest advances in medical studies and vet care that Harry can live just as long a life as a cat that is not FIV positive. So that's feline immunodeficiency virus. So it's similar to HIV in humans, where it's an immune-compromised disease that oftentimes does not require any kind of medication or anything to deal with. It's just something that he has, and that with a quality of life and good vet care, of course good food, Harry can live just as long his life as any other cat. Oftentimes FIV is transmitted during the mating process. The males will bite down on the females, and oftentimes will transmit that way. With the cats that I have at home, I do have one FIV positive cat. And the biggest concern, of course, that if it has to be through a pretty significant direct bite, that they can transmit that disease to others. So there is a risk of having an FIV positive cat with cats that are not positive. However, a lot of it's going to depend on the behavior of the cat, how they get along with other cats. Sometimes, of course, these guys just need to be the only cat in the household. That's, of course, probably the safest route, is to have these guys be the only cat. But again, my household has several cats, and one of them is FIV positive. But I know that positive cat is probably the most gentle and kind cat that I have at my house, and would not get into a fight with the other cats. So, but I also consider myself an experienced cat owner. So if you have not had that experience, a good website to go to is the American Association of Feline Practitioners. Catvets.com is their website. You can read more about the disease and kind of the recommendations from vets who specialize and practice primarily with just felines. So they have a lot of experience and knowledge of the disease, of cat behaviors and such. But Harry, you can see here, is just a loving cat. Again, he wasn't neutered until he came in here, or just shortly after he came in here. He was actually found by someone as a stray, and they had intentions of keeping him, but it didn't work out in their household. So they then surrendered Harry to us here to find him a new forever home where he can live out hopefully a very, very long life. Let's show him your front side, Harry. Say hi. Again, just a sweet cat that just loves this attention here, and beautiful, beautiful coloring here, nice coat, beautiful green eyes. Hopefully that's showing up there on the camera well. But if you're interested in Harry, please do some research about FIV. especially if you have another cat in the household, and have a discussion with your vet and see if it would be their recommendation to bring an FIV positive cat into your household. They're the experts and know animals and disease better than anybody, so talk to them. Do some online research. Again, catvets.com is the organization, the Feline Practitioners of America. Again, vets that specialize in cat behaviors and cat diseases. So take a look at all that. If you're interested in Harry, come on down here to the shelter. Of course, if Harry's going to be the only cat, that makes it a really easy choice. Come down and fill out an application, and we can talk to you more about FIV. We actually have posters here at the animal shelter talking about the disease, and we'll be happy to provide some additional education as well. So come on down here and meet Harry at the Ames Animal Shelter. Well, that's our show for today. I just showed you 3 cats that we have available for adoption. We actually have 18 cats available for adoption in the shelter right now. We have 3 rabbits, of course, and you've seen all 3 of those on previous episodes. We do have 1 rabbit that is bonded with 2 guinea pigs. So 1 rabbit and 2 guinea pigs. It's a little bit more of a challenge to adopt out 3 of them like that, but they are very bonded together. So if you're in the market or know somebody that's looking to adopt a bunny or guinea pigs, you get a little special treat with one or the other. So come on down to the shelter. We also have 3 dogs available for adoption. I want to make sure everybody checks out our website at amesanimalshelter.org. You can click on the dogs available for adoption, the stray dogs at the shelter. Click on all those different links there, and you can check out what's here at the shelter and what's available for adoption. So come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter or check out our website, amesanimalshelter.org. You can also find us on Facebook, where we oftentimes talk about what's going on with animals here in our community, pets that have been lost, pets that have been found, things like that. So stay in touch with us on social media, and thank you for watching and all of your support.